Hello, and welcome to another Rangaroo cast with me, Rangaroo. Today we are doing a 4v4 on Gavle. On the Nato side, we have infidelicious, glynnenstein, BossNobody and Mattel. On the Pact side, we have KilleKalle, kdbag, Talyn, and AmNeSIA. So let's speed things up and get things going. Gavle, pretty open map, 4 points, one basically middle objective for each player to try and take. And we're going to see some pretty awesome acts in Lima. Let's turn this around. Water side towards us, and away we go. Noticing a bit of AA units, some Rolands, Flak Pans, Leopard 2s and AMXs. Very German French force. Seems like Infidelicious and Mattel are both moving up. Pact. We got some more lightly armored stuff, some BMP runs and infantry, which won't really fare too well against the French and German steel. And they actually smoking Nato. Not being super effective places to smoke. Oh, the ATGMs are going to drop out. The Figuche don't do great armor penetration, but these are French tanks. And they don't really have armor, so they can actually damage them. Enemy counterfire. Back and forth over here. Hind's going to be trying to land down. OH's, yeah, to stop him. And he does go down. Pretty good use of the OH. You're going to have UAC going to be landing into Foxtrot. You might want to get... Oh, is he going to get into the forest? Yeah. Yeah, Canadian Kira. Right, spot it. And the town Nato has landed. Same with Pact. Jaegers, Mile F2s. Great place for Jaegers. Don't really keep... I mean the Milans. Don't really keep in the front line position. I want to move up his other Jaegers and do a bit of attacking. Oh, never mind. He has 3 platoons worth. 3 platoons of Jaegers. Quite an awful lot. Now when we find them off directly, which are holding out quite well and engaging onto him. Pact easily capturing this town here with absolutely no resistance. There's going to be a thorn in NATO's side. They can just shoot ATGMs from here to this road, denying enemy armor. And this is what makes this town so valuable, because holding this town really helps you take the whole Lima side, as it shuts down this entire area of Lima, basically that entire road. Jaeger's going to be finishing off them lot directly. I'm going to be going down. Am I going to be falling back? Nato do have control over Foxtrot. Is he popping? What did Jay pop here? Is that a CV? No, it was just a Euro. Gonna bring up some reinforcements. Flak Panzers, some recon scout tanks. So if he does go down, these VABs and Fuchs might go on a little hunt for the CV. Oh, so Nato just captured Charlie. Didn't really go any aggressiveness into Echo. I don't really think that was the best idea. They're going to bring up a CVO so he can try to get rid of his horrible point deficit, as Nato haven't really brought any backward CVs who use all their money for attacking. They have spotted the BMP in Delta. So is that a spot or is that... I just guessing. It might just be guessing. T-55s, T-72s, a bit more heavy armor coming out from Pact. T-64BM, stuff they need to beat the Nato, as down here it's pretty light stuff, but up north they did have some tanks. There's not really much anymore. Yeah, NATO's been using like fairly light units as infantry and lightly armored vehicles. And because of that speed, they managed to completely overrun the Pact positions early on. More infantry going across Delta. And I think I'm trying to make it a beeline into Echo, and that won't work too favourably. Oh, actually, it might. There's only igloos here, and they can't damage to be the Fuchs. Oh, never mind, he's just going to be landing into the farm. Oh, he's just going to keep on driving. He's going to be trying to find the BMP run. Using AMX as well for the hunting. T-55s are going to get into range. There goes one Fuchs. Unload. He's going to be moving through the forest, so T-55s won't really have good engagement distance against the infantry. Infantry are pretty deadly when they are in forest. Usually pick up the tanks one by one. They're very horrible on the side. And the Jaegers do come with Panzerfaust 44s, which are pretty decent anti-tank weapon. Well, the BMP one does go down, which is the main thing, neutralising the Delta area. And actually, the Jaegers are going to get destroyed by the T-45s. My predictions this match haven't really been spot on. Bit of a desperate fight here. Speed this up a wee bit. Oh, Seahawk in a nice position to snipe anything coming down through that intersection. Reinforcements being brought up, BMP runs. Directly doing a little bit of a Futzerg charge. We're going to try and get into the town. All Fuchs come out. Bloody hell, Goose. You have a lot of infantry. We have a tank force here from Boston STRVs, some Edis STRVs and AMX harpoons. Pretty cheap tank force, but quite effective. The STRV being probably one of the best medium line NATO tanks as you can get. Has a very fast firing gun and pretty good frontal armour. Still up north, Pact gaining, as well as Talyn in the south. Pact are doing absolutely brilliant up north, managing to capture the middle raid point through Lima, which is very important as they can get that ATGM guys in there. Oh, speaking of ATGM guys, it just got bombed to smithereens. And having that Echo Town just opens up tons of possibilities. The Gretnards and a few ATGM runs, or Tunguska's not very merciless. Yeah, Book finishes it off. Coup de grace. Supply trucks getting nuked. Never a good thing to lose supply trucks. They do make quite a wicked explosion. Brain news crossing the open field. Seems like he's playing an all French deck, so that's right, he is using French tanks. There's a Roland, all that jazz to back him up. Seems like he's trying to make a move into Echo, but as you can see, that is heavily fortified. Strictly Concourse, Saparis, all the nasty thing. That's some Marauders dropping on some napalm. Be bringing in the heat, and the Sapers as well. Lots of fire being dropped down. Some reserves as well being brought in the back line. Oh no, not reserves, reserves. Bloody hell. I've really been bad in predicting inside infantry tracks this match, but no matter. They're going to be moving up into the town. Oh, tune of them. K-29 nice position to do some rocket on the Hassad's gonna be the Hard's, yeah, they're gonna kill it with submachine gun. The beluga rail goes down to 9mm. Breaking news. This is quite a big attack. I mean, the napalm from the Marauders have really helped soften Pact up. But they're probably going to hope, especially because T-72B allies have a very nice overwatch position and completely annihilating those AMXs. South, things are pretty quiet. Bit of a stalemate. Rocket artillery being dropped in. What type of rocket artillery does Pact have? They have a BM-30 Smirk. Oof, don't want to be on the receiving end of that thing. 300mm rockets. Very big boom. And very nasty to be on the receiving end of, as I just mentioned earlier. Leopard 1A5's moving up, but that will not be eventful. Very interesting ways using Leopard 1A5s. Even as West Germans, you don't see these tanks being used all too much. They have a quite nice gun, but they don't have the armor like a Leopard 2 would, for example, a KPT-70 KilleKalle. And because of that light armor, you see your head just getting torn apart. They're going to be back up. They might actually survive. Yeah, I think I might have just jinxed them. Yep, I jinxed them. I have to admit, infidelicious is making a pretty good advancement onto town. Better than I expected. Very good use of markers, yeah. Teammate coming in for the kill, saving his mods directly from the horrors of the superb flamethrowers. Pact tanks moving up. And they're going to surround this AMX-40, which is also very lightly armoured. As he just one shot takes it down to 1 HP and finish off. And that's a 100-point tank, so that's pretty expensive to lose. ATTM-1 and F2. Doing some snips. That tornado couldn't really succeed in killing the tanks. Kind of lost line of sight at the last second. Tank does go down. And yeah, it seems like both sides are prepping up for an ATGM war. Lots of forces in Delta, I have to admit. Even though Pact don't really have much control over the sector, NATO has the town. They're doing a very good job holding on to these little corner forests here. Quite a nasty force of T-80s, a Kula, Mi-24. It'll be a pretty tough nut to crack if NATO ever decides to push up here. With Mile and F2s and Yak Commandos in the forest, they're just gonna... Anything that comes out of here is gonna get popped. Absolutely popped. AMX-40 being brought up. Some more glass cannons. And, a bit of artillery wars back and forth. The mortars takes a bit of its own medicine from the M109 artillery. And NATO slowly but surely gaining points to victory. It's pretty neck on neck in terms of points. Both sides at roughly the same. This is still anyone's match. All the Leopards ready for some heavy armor finally from NATO. Yeah, it's going to be on mortar and the Panzer mortars. Bit of an open infantry charge here with much Strackley. I mean, his open infantry charges are just getting more and more popular. Because it's the best counter against ATGM spams like this. Oh, over here there's more ATGMs. Because infantry can't get targeted by ATGMs, they can get up close and easily kill them. Bad news is that everything else can kill infantry. And they're awfully slow, so it's a very snail's pace of an attack. But if your opponent isn't really paying attention, it can have great effect. Notice what KilleKalle and Pact does a lot. He does a lot of open loss directly, just like 1 point reroll, and then 5 or 10 point loss directly. Buys a crap ton of them, just charges the enemy red army style. The 924 can be moving up. And the Flak Pandas could prove a little bit of a hassle. There's only like 3 Flak Pandas. That is quite a nasty number. 4 now. There's a reinforcement zone. Oh, one did get popped out. So the Hinds can eat up these cannon rounds quite effectively. They are aligned, they do have armour. Killer of the skies. More Hinds being brought up in terms of infantry transport. MiG-29's doing some cluster bomb runs. A nice human here. Yeah, mortars. Oh, mortars. That is an expensive loss. Each one of them is like 45 points. They do carry these anti-grenadiers. His Zaporo's getting nice and close. Oh, the Hinds landed. That was... I love the use of the Hinds, yeah. Bringing them in to bring up the Spetsnaz while doing combat work. That was a hot LZ, and with the Hinds he could land safely because it's an armoured tank of a helicopter. Great player from kdbag. Absolutely phenomenal. And he's doing a pretty good job spawn camping Mattel at the moment. He does sort of have him by the balls. If he can move up with a tank force, he can finish him off. ATGMs here. As you just see, there are ridiculous amounts of them being fired. Yeah, it's going to be quite costly to resupply. There's that one Mi-24. Is he going to get that Flak Panja? It's a quick draw. Second Mi-24's out. Oh, a whole platoon of Flak Panzers now. Yeah, those Hinds are going to be going down like Swiss cheese. Pact in the lead by 30 points. Doing a pretty good job. More Hinds. Just even more. Someone really likes their Hinds. Yeah, bleeding AmNeSIA. I think he's forgetting that the enemy has AA. But sorry, that was a bad joke. And then T-72 is going to be the Flak Panzer's bane, but the Milan F2 is going to be the T-72's bane, and yeah, they're going to get popped. Tunguska being brought up now. Probably deal with that BO. Mirage going to be dropping into the napalm to finish off the Spetsnaz. And they're going to be extra crispy. Artillery being fired. And I think Nato will be able to break this spawn lock out. But the old Zaporo's is doing a great job. Flaming the infantry up. Because they cause the flame, they block line of sight. So that's why these guys aren't being fired upon. And the only way to get close to them into line of sight is to run through the fire. So literally a trial by fire. Spetsnaz still alive, amazingly. They are tough as nails, guys. Those Flak Panzers could be completely targeted by enemy artillery. The farmers? They can see that far? Oh blood, yeah, they can see. Oh yeah, that's it's just a check. 45 point RT. They have like 7,700 meters, which is quite a good distance, as you can see. T-72s and Tunguska's being brought up once again. But as you see, it's little just forest flank. Yeah, there's forest flank here. They can just snipe anything that does come across here. If he wants to move up with tanks AmNeSIA, he needs to move up here, right on the edge. Because down here, he's going to get ATGM to crap, or fire artillery, or fire smoking them, so they can't shoot back. Now, just one lone Spetsnaz holding off. Completely annihilated by 4 Leopard Tray 4s. This is where Mattel's been hiding his heavy armor this entire time. His ace in the hole right here. He must have really been banking to get all of them. That's like 600 points of tanks is brought instantly, and he loses run. Got a T-64, got a rear armor shot on the Leopard. Yeah, that is not good. Not good at all. Now, C-64Bs and AFs in pretty nice position to attack enemy tanks with a cannon or ATGM if necessary. A bit of an infantry person to echo. Not going to work for the poor Jaegers. 40 ATBs from Talyn. Moving up completely unsupported. Bit of a risky move out. The Jaeger's going to get a nice little ambush here. Knocking one to half HP. And hopefully Nato can do something about his nice unit. I'll bring up a Leopard Tray 4. Could get a flanking shot or two. Could get 1 or 2 with T-80Bs. These guys do have a pretty vicious bite. Don't really see the T-80B much. People prefer to get the T-80A or the BV. The B is kind of being the oddball, the ginger of the T-80 family. But it isn't a bad tank by any means. It does have the ATGM, a pretty nice cannon and decent frontal armor. It's like a good price of 130 points? Yeah, I think it's like 130 points. 130, 120, roughly around there. Yeah, Leopard's gonna be pretty badly damaged. If he can get a side armor shot, yeah, that's what I was looking for. But he's only on 1 HP. Oh, F-16 blocks. Damages him with a good old carpet bombing run. Now Leopard does finally get killed. Did he manage to get 2 for T-80Bs here? So that was not on Leopard in vain. Constant pressure on the KilleKalle. Mattel and infidelicious trying to hold on to what they got. Another Hind landing here. We're doing a hot LZ. Right into Counter Grenadiers. And this is what the Hind is good at. It might land fast without AMX Roland is killing. Oh yeah, there goes run. The other one landed right in the middle of the farmstead. Just a little bit of a uncontrolled helicopter. Up, down, and that's going to be upside down for the Hind. And you have this one here kind of messing around the water tower. It's going to land into the water tanks. Oh, was that petrol? I think that's for petrol. But then the Spetsnaz do land. Artillery going to be dropping onto this completely charged spawn point. Lots of dead units here. Pact really just bringing in the arty hate. I think those Spetsnaz won't really be able to last. Yeah, Hind finished off. This constant pressure here. I would not want to be in Mattel soon. I wouldn't want to be in Mattel's shoes, that's what I tried to say. Spetsnaz moving up, sneaky peeky right on the edge. I think the best idea wouldn't be to put Spetsnaz near. I see why he's doing that, because that's probably his only infantry that comes in helicopters, especially planes. But something like more strictly Russian Marines. those units will do really great in these areas, especially here, because he could instantly spawn kill anything that comes out of a good old RPG 7-shot to the rear end. Or VDVs fancy fare quite nicely too. Still pretty tame down south. Bit of ATGM rolls actually. Oh, we have a bit of a push. I shouldn't have said it's being too tame, because we do have an escalation. A rise in patterns being brought up. Don't really see the M60 rise pattern being used all too much. Or the M60 in general, so it's always nice that I can see it's a good old warhorse. Now we're moving right into the Pact position, which is heavily guarded by T-80s, BMPs, and a lot of infantry in AA. So it's going to be a tough nut to crack. Maybe some good old RT would be able to soften up their positions. But these M60s don't have great armor, so yeah, they're going to get picked off easily. Here are some Emerald keys and I'll opportunity for being brought in for backup here. Yeah, just ATGM is going to prove quite difficult. Some recon being brought up. Always need recon, especially when moving up. And even if Nato doesn't even capture this entire area, if they can just capture this little forest here, they can pull up a CV down, neutralise the area, gain some points that they desperately need. They're like 200 points off Pact at the moment. It's going to be a close call. Skyhawk coming in, going to get intercepted by the MiGs. Rifleman being moved up. And this whole little tank assault here is going to be falling back for round 2. It's a good thing that he did fall back. Many people just trickle in all their tanks and they just get completely annihilated. It's always good to fall back, re-gather all your forces and move up and run giant blob. As there are safety in numbers. So pretty good player from Nato. Pretty kind of a common tactic that many people, even me, kind of forget to do. Yeah, we have a round number 2. Tanks being moved up and instant reinforcements are going to be spawning in from infidelicious. I just realised it's infidelicious. That's a pretty funny play on Raz. These Abrams going to be moving up. Very good Pact defense with C80 BVs. 3 of them just really proving the toes. They just pick off the Abrams, run and run. Nato really need some sort of RT, some bombing run, because they can't really face these tanks right on. It doesn't matter to knock out run. And oh, they have the ATGMs now. We have a nice amount of ATGMs. Oh, here come. Here, okay, I want to count this. So, a Mirage, Napalm, bunch of. Yeah, it's just a mirage of planes. And they're just gonna be. Oh, the French Air Force coming in handy. Just cluster bombing, HE bombing, napalm bombing. That entire forest section and F-16 blocks. Oh, that was brilliant display of air dominance from Nato. Absolutely brilliant. That was just cool to watch. And now we have this giant mothball of Nato tanks being brought up. He is bringing up or supply units, which is always pretty vital. And this is a blitzkrieg if I've ever really seen one. I don't know why SCRV is reversing backwards into the enemy, but I guess that works. It's kind of like in the movie Top Secret where all the Swedes are backwards. And they're going to be gaining in position onto this forest. If they can get CV on here, they really need any extra points that they can get at the moment. MI24 in a wonderful position. 2 MI24s actually. They're going to get some pretty nice ATGMs off as there's not really much AA here at the moment from Nato. So one thing he did forget, and they're going to bring out some flank powers that deal behind the pest. Good old Heinz, just solution to every problem. If you play Pact, here's a tip. If there's a tank push, Heinz. If there's infantry, Heinz. If there's enemy helicopters, Heinz. Heinz will solve every single problem. They are great. They're absolutely wonderful. If you don't have them in your deck as Pact, you're either playing 1975 or you're doing it wrong. Nato is doing it right with his great on tanker, so they'll be gaining into the forest, completely causing Pact to fall back. And I have to admit, this is a great comeback from Nato at the moment. They all chipped in. I mean, all of them are down here with all their forces doing one giant push instead of just all separated, hitting every single area independently. With the best rate to push through an area in the conquest, if you're playing a team match, is all of you to just focus on one point and charge the crap out of it. Because doing these little assaults like here, all by yourself, they never work. So, long story short, it's all about teamwork. And my 28's over the water, and they're probably going to be swimming with the fishies quite soon if they don't get out of here. There goes run. You have to run. Nasty position and away it goes. That's a very expensive helicopter's been lost to the tides of war into the ocean. And if Nato, it's a bit ambitious, but if they can keep up this blitzkrieg, if they can keep their units resupplied, keep on the presser, keep on moving, I think they could take Hotel. Honestly, I think they could. Because this is just a real nice cluster of units. Yeah, there goes Talyn actually from Pact. Kind of a bit of a premature leave. Maybe he had stuff to do. I won't be the judge of that. Still pressure up north, but Mattel and, well, not really Mattel anymore. Infidelicious England is gonna hold on. I think those Leopard 3 force are the real main force, stopping this entire force to attack. They're just a pretty imposing unit. MiG-29 dropping in some clusters. And they're only going to get one Flak Panzer. That Mortar 2 Roland barely surviving with 1 HP. And that UAZ is kind of in between a rock and a hard place. He does have an exit. Maybe you want to egress out right now. He's just trying to hold him to as many points as he can. He doesn't want Nato to get a +4. If they do get a +4, that would be quite disastrous. And there's this Ray SCRV's fast cannon comes in handy as it can easily knock out ATGM units. And the CV does go down in India. And that will be quite good for Nato, gaining a +4. Quickly gaining up to Pact. And even if they just hold on to this for like 10 minutes, they will win. Or maybe they will do something aggressive because they managed to break through Pact's heavily defended area. They could continue pushing if they want. I mean, it is entirely possible. They do have an awful lot of units. They could attack Hotel with it as target. That might be quite hard as there's a reinforcement zone there. Or maybe they could move up into Gulf, which might prove as well as a challenge, as it is just a lot of infantry or two towns that you have to take control of. T-62's moving up. And they're going to be retreating instantly. The Jaegers scaring them off. And now I think his tank assault will be continued trucking. You do have some more heavy tanks coming out from Pact. Some T-64 BVs, C-80 BVs. If Nato wants to get control of hotel, and a great tactic that they could enforce is to try to capture this town here, get some infantry inside of it, plop some ATGMs, and you can at least shut down the bottom part of this place, plop a CV behind here, they can't spawn units, and slowly but surely make your way up north. Bit of slowdown, as usual with replays, kind of happens, can't help it. Yeah, the BMP run here is shooting, and that's your CV, so is that the only CV here? Yeah, that seems like it's gonna be the only CV here, so if that gets knocked out, it'll be in a pretty bad position. Be just a bit. One country, 1 year old T6. Flag Panda's gonna get in the MI2. And Nato might not be able to finish off his prison hotel. See, Pact does have his pretty nice tank force. It's even at the moment. I mean, Pact does sort of have the quality. Nato has the quantity. I do have these 2 leopard tray forwards, which could really put a hole in these pretty nasty armoured tanks. There's more T-64 BMs being moved up. And I think this is most likely going to be a NATO victory unless Pact can pull something out of their butts. Because they are in a pretty nasty position. Maybe all of them just forget everything, charge Kilo and Blitzkrieg and the Charlie and Alpha. Maybe that could work. But I highly doubt they can get something organised within like 2 minutes. There's a bit of a back and forth between both sides. And yeah, this is just slow but sure victory for NATO. Some nice units all right, actually. Yes, shoes. Yeah, Falcon being shot down over here. And that is going to be a GG for NATO. Pretty close in kills, like 2,000 difference, but both sides did end up using a lot of units and losing a lot of units. NATO being a bit of passive on the southern side at the start, they just hold on to that. But yeah, they got on their horns and ball charged right through and managed to secure them the victory. Its Pact could not really hold up again. I think it was just the French Air Force just flying in and just bombing everything to oblivion. Because that completely just flipped the tables here and gave NATO the victory. But overall, very good match from both sides. Both doing a pretty good amount. And yeah, this has been